So I did my 40 treatments, and I've just been lying here trying to put a video together, trying to decide if it helped me. And it made me think of, this is a very flattering angle, isn't it? It made me think of my recap video for TMS, where I couldn't decide if it had helped or not. And I guess that really meant it probably hasn't helped or hasn't made enough of a difference to be conclusive. I can say for sure it hasn't helped with my mental health. Hasn't felt any different. The only thing it has brought me a little bit of relief in terms of, for somebody who finds it very mentally exhausting to interact with people, knowing I have that hour or so a few times a week where I'm completely isolated from everyone, it's quite a nice little mental recharge. But in terms of how I feel, like my mood, no difference whatsoever. And then we move on to recovery. Has it helped me recover faster? And I really don't know. Because I am, nowadays Fit Liam is in charge. And Fit Liam, he expects to feel sore going into the workout the next day. He doesn't use soreness as an excuse anymore. So I'm still sore, and I think because I'm very consistent with running, I think that really helps with recovery. So it's like, that's a factor that could be skewing the results. But regardless, nothing has changed enough for me to be able to conclusively say that's because of hyperbaric therapy. I did 41 treatments in 8 weeks. Maybe it's not enough. Maybe you need to get to sort of like 100, because there's no question there was times where I came out feeling really tired. So it must be doing something. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's just making me feel awful sometimes. But yeah, I'm not performing any better in terms of CrossFit. Or maybe I am, but that's just because I'm getting better. It's because I'm putting the effort in. I'm putting the hard work in. I'm trying to improve. So that would happen anyway. I've just done my first elite CrossFit competition in like the RX category, the elite category. And that was a week ago, and it was such a high that day. Like, it was such a sense of achievement. I just felt like I belonged in the RX category. We performed well, we did well. And I felt so pleased not to let my teammate down, because I went into it with a broken finger, and I just thought, I can't let her down. So, I'm so glad that we did well. I wasn't caught out too much by having a broken finger, and we got it done. But then the following days have just been a real kind of downer. I think it's just because, I had such a nice time. Probably so much adrenaline was released that I was in a sort of deficit. And it's only today that I'm going back to CrossFit, a week or 6 days later. So that's worrying. And I've heard Eddie Hall talk about that before, like with his 1/2 ton deadlift. Made history in front of 10,000 people. And then the next day, he is at his son's friend's birthday party, and nobody gave a shit. None of the adults gave a shit. And it's like, you always need a goal. You always need something that you're working for. Because if you achieve what you think is going to bring you happiness, and you realise it hasn't, because it won't, that's a really dangerous place to be. So I'm looking at getting another competition in the books as soon as possible. And yeah, I'm just going to keep working hard. I'm probably not going to do any more hyperbaric therapy, because I don't really need it. I recover well enough without it, and it hasn't shown enough benefits anywhere else for me to justify the extra spend. So that's it for that one. What's next? I don't know. I'm not going to do anything intrusive anymore like TMS. To be honest, I wish I hadn't done that in the first place. I mean, you're putting electromagnets against your brain. It sounds like a fucking horror film, like, you know, obviously better than convulsive therapy, but it's just so intrusive, and it always felt awful, and I don't know what the ramifications of that are now. Like, I might have done permanent damage, who knows. But I'm hoping like all the exercise, all the running will undo anything like that. But yeah, it's not worth the risk. Hyperbaric oxygen isn't risky in my opinion, but you might have a different opinion. But that's really that. Underwhelming results, and just keep moving forward. Keep getting out there and exercising. There's no drawbacks to exercising as long as you're doing it within your means. There's a book called Spark about, like, you know, if you could put in pill form what exercise can give you, it would be a multi-trillion pound business. And it's free, and you can go and do it. Do it how you need to. I will be back one day.